I started with pencil drawing, and I throw a lot at it. I just all the ideas, things that inspire me, things that I hear on the news, things that I see and I feel, and there's a lot going on in the drawings. And then initially, and then I take out an eraser, and a new process starts. And essentially, in my work, when you look at it, it's very minimal. I really strive for kind of a communicating as much as I can with very little. I have a preferred color palette. Reds and grays and greens, they all sort of enter into the drawing, and they bring it alive. Some of my female figures they're red. Most of them are red, and there's sort of this outlines, and they're vivid, they're loud, and kind of almost like screaming figures. Maybe it expands for the emotional, showing the figure in its larger embodiment. There was a time, I was making work since I was 13, and at one moment I decided to kind of run away from it. It was interesting. For about 5 to 7 years, I really forcibly, emotionally of course, wasn't really making any work, and it was probably the darkest time for me. After that time, I knew that I had to come back and start drawing again, start really immersing myself in the creative activity. I came from Soviet Union, and I immigrated when I was 16. And it's interesting, throughout the whole childhood and adolescence, as I was growing up in school, we were getting ready for nuclear attack. Being in Shipyard, right? I mean, this was the sort of the Navy base with the nuclear carriers. And it's kind of like this full circle where this sort of historical past. I watched the film about the people, the enthusiasts who started this, and how they were plumbing the buildings, the very first barracks, that they thought that they could move in, and the artists can really make, be in any space. As long as there is, a little bit of a roof over our heads, we can make work. Now, it's become this flourishing, wonderful artist community. It's important to keep in mind the organic growth, keeping the art community, allowing for that sort of creative spirit to stay, to be here, to inform the growth. Probably for the first time in all of my sort of studio experiences, I feel fully relaxed. When I come here, I can just give myself to the work.